Hi everyone, my name is Miss Megan and I'm back with another video for Penfield Montessori Academy to give you and your kids some activities for the pandemic times, which I know are very uncertain and scary, but I hope that some of these videos will be helpful to give some activities to you and your kids. Now I know I just explained an outdoor game to you, but now it's time to bring it back inside for the days where it's rainy or cold, or the days that Wisconsin, as we know, has very, very unpredictable weather. Today what we are going to be playing is a scavenger hunt around your house or apartment building that will be so fun for any kid. The best part about this game is that you don't need any specific objects that everyone has to find. The way that I've played it my whole life is a little bit different. So the main things you're going to need are some paper and a pen, and everyone who's playing can have their own piece of paper. This is how it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of paper and you're going to write down everything that the kids are going to need to find for the scavenger hunt. So and I like to make a little box for a check box, and they can bring a pen around and make sure that they've gotten everything. So the way to play it where you don't have to have the same object for everyone is to make it a little more generic and make the kids think a little bit to make sure they're staying sharp outside of school. So one of the first things that it's really easy to do is start with colors. I like to pick a little bit more obscure colors of things that wouldn't necessarily be really easy to find, but it doesn't really matter. So the first clue I'm going to put is something purple. Once you've written down the clue of something purple, that's on their list, and they have to go around your house and find something purple. But it doesn't just have to be colors. It could also be something like a shape or another obscure color, or it could be the way it's sided or something that reminds you of something. So another one you can do is something round. So we're going to write that on our list. So that's been added with the check mark again for the kids. And then I'm also going to add another shape. I'm going to add something with 3 sides. So when the kid can sit there, they can think what shape has 3 sizes, usually a triangle. So that one's kind of hard to find around the house, but it helps them get creative. And it's also good for you as the parent to be checking on their little bits of knowledge. So I'm going to put something with 3 sides. And then on my personal scavenger hunt list, maybe you can put something that reminds you of Christmas. So that might have them thinking of the colors of Christmas. Maybe it's a decoration in the house. It doesn't really matter. So something reminds you of Christmas. And the last one we're going to put on here, it doesn't matter how many long it is, but just for the sake of this example, I'm going to put something blue. Now that they have their list, you can rip it off and give it to them. And what we like to do is set a timer for 2 minutes to find all of their things. So the kid may come back, and our example was something purple. So I could find this game controller that is purple. An example, I'm just going to show a couple of examples. I won't show all of them. Or something round, like a ping pong ball. Or something with 3 sides, like this party hat that I found, this really small little party hat. It's got 3 sides, which is perfect. So now we have to have one center place where all the objects get put. Once the 2 minutes is up, that is when the game ends. Therefore, if you want to bring them all back at the end, that's totally fine. But if everything is not back at the designated spot within the 2 minutes, then those items don't count. So that's why I like to do each one at a time back at the designated spot to make sure all my items get there before the time is up. So now once the time is up, it's time for you as the parent to make sure that all the things on their list match up. So let's say they came back with something that was blue, another party decoration, instead of something that was purple, and the blue item wasn't on the list, and you would not be allowed to mark that one right, and you would give them an X instead of a check. So the goal at the end of the game is to have the most check marks and the most things found out of everyone playing. The best part of the game, for parents especially, is the cleanup part. You lose points for everything that you don't clean up within the designated cleanup time. So let's say I have my 4 objects right here, and at the end of the game you give me 3 points, and then you say clean up, and you have 1 minute to put everything back where you found it. It's a little bit easier since for the 2 minutes you were looking and searching, so now you have 1 minute to put everything back where you found it. It's good for parents because it makes sure there's no mess, but it's also good for the kids to make sure that they enforce these habits. If they, let's say they only put 2 items back out of all of their 5, then they would lose the 3 points for the 3 things I didn't put away. So I would end with a score of 0 if I only had 3 check marks. So it's a great game to play, especially for the whole family, and you only really need one other player besides the person who's making the list. And so it's super simple, and it also keeps the kids thinking because it makes sure that they know what's round, or you can make them as easy or complex as you want. I hope this helps. I hope your kids love it, and I hope you love the cleanup section as much as my parents did when I was growing up. It's the best part of the game. Once again, stay safe, stay healthy. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us on the YouTube page in the comment section. I can always look back and comment back at some of them. Thank you so much.